Okay, well, I didn't start working really until about 2000. I was bumming around the world before then, having my retirement when I could enjoy it. Then 2000, I decided to be a photographer, became a photographer by literally just walking into a newspaper and saying I'm a photographer, and luckily the photographer had broken both of her arms in a car accident and they had an opening on that day. So I took the camera home that night. She did recover, but she wasn't very good. And I learned how to take pictures-ish. I actually learned how to make them look better on the internet with tools, internet tools. So I became a photographer 3 months before I was headhunted to the dailies, and then whilst working at the daily newspapers, I got a little bit frustrated with the whole filtering of content from the producer, be it the writers or the photographers, and what actually went into the paper. So I thought, I'm going to go freelance and I'm going to try and make a bit more of an impact. So I did. I went freelance and ended up doing what we call grip and grins, handshake, comedy check photographs for a while. Until I was shouting at the television one night, not believing the news, and said, right, I'm going to go to Iraq. And this was 2005. So I jumped on a plane, went to Turkey because that's quite close. There weren't any flights going into Iraq because there was a war on. And I then flew internally for £30 to Diyarbakir, and then when I got to Diyarbakir I said to the taxi driver, Iraq please mate, and he took me. So I went into Iraq with my camera and some very basic kit. Recorded a couple of stories photographically. When I came back, a couple of pictures were printed. I thought, this isn't really very good. I risked my life and only a couple of pictures getting printed. Granted, in the Guardian and the Independent, fine, but it wasn't until somebody said to me, why don't you just make a slideshow and put it on YouTube? That I thought, okay, I'll give that a go. And then more people saw that video on YouTube, and I got way more of a response on YouTube than I would have done in a month of daily newspapers picking up the story. So I thought, right, providing I can take money out of the equation, I'm just going to bypass the mainstream media and start producing content myself. I spend a lot of time life blogging, I suppose. A lot of people will say, oh, why do people just go on and on about unimportant stuff? I'm connecting with people in my network every day, and just as much as I'm telling them I'm having a sandwich, they're telling me they're having a sandwich. Sometimes when I read that tweet, it tells me that it's lunchtime and I've been stuck at the computer screen and it triggers something in my mind. So even though I work from home a lot, alone, I'm never alone. I have this second screen with 1,000 people also working with me. Now, I also use Twitter as it's a tool for serious things. Just like you can pick up the phone and have mindless chit-chat with a girlfriend or boyfriend, you can pick up the phone and give an interview to the world's press. I've sat in the back of a taxi with the current Deputy Prime Minister of England, for example, Nick Clegg, and whilst in the back of that taxi, I live streamed video, photographs, I recorded and uploaded audio and captured HD and crowdsourced questions for the event that we were travelling to. And by the time we got there, we'd almost had a programme's worth of content in the bag, all from a mobile phone, all primarily by using Twitter as the backbone, the spine of all the content that I throw online.